Dear students, welcome to lecture number 2. Today's topic is competitiveness, strategy and productivity. On a higher level, competitiveness is a crucial concept in an ever-evolving world of business. It refers to companies' ability to balance the price and quality of its products and services. Oftentimes, any company strives for achieving an optimal experience for its customers based on the quality, the highest quality they can provide at the lowest price they can offer it to the customer. Oftentimes, it's in relative term, meaning there will be one or more service provider or product provider or manufacturer, which in general terms it will be your competitor. So oftentimes there are at least two businesses, at least two organizations offering the same type of products, services to the same kind of customer base, same kind of audience. So that's when you always think of competitiveness. Yeah. And as we go, we'll be talking more about it. And the second part, which is strategy. So in simple term, and again, we'll be talking about the business strategy related to the operations management. So the strategy or business strategy is a comprehensive plan formulated by an organization to achieve its long-term goals and objectives. It usually outlines the company's directions, guides the decision-making processes, and helps allocate the optimal resources to pursue the proper strategy. And the third term, productivity, in simple terms, it's getting the maximum output from as minimum input as possible. And that's where the terms like, bigger terms like continuous improvement or lean or operations excellence or Six Sigma or agile project management or the new techniques of getting the most out of the minimum resources possible come into picture. And as we deep dive, we'll be learning more about it. But in today's class, these are the three topics we'll be learning on a higher level. Now moving forward, in simple terms, this is a cold hard fact, meaning the business scenarios, the business situation, the world, the economic conditions, the evolving new technologies, they are continuously changing, making things very promising, and lots of new business models are being developed. Not lots of new business technologies are developed, which are helping the world, the society to get better. At the same time, it's for businesses or organizations, it's always a continuing challenge to offer a better quality product service at a higher productivity rate at least cost, and its ability to respond quickly to customer needs has become more than important now in the current days. And it's very true. As you deep dive into like any business, like pick any top 3 or 4 competitive companies and try to understand where they stand currently, where they have been as compared to like a year ago, within themselves or within respect to their customers, you will see lots of business changing. There are new players being introduced. There are some old traditional players who were market leaders at one time. Yeah, there was no competitor to it, but they are out of business, or maybe they have shut down due to a lot of technological changes, competitive changes, lots of strategy changes, and so on going on. So there are certainly some good things that the companies who are still striving have done better in comparison with them. So this is a hard fact to be remembered, that the bar of competitiveness is getting higher and higher every day, every month, every year, and as time goes by, every company, doesn't matter if they are market leaders in today's day and they have lots of cash on hand, they can start the business, they can provide the best service or products to the customers and stay on top of the competition. There is no guarantee. The day you stop innovating, that's when the decline starts. So this is a cold hard fact to remember. So on that topic, these are the 3 important topics we'll be learning today: competitiveness, strategy, productivity, as we discussed before. So again, I said on a high level I described, and in coming few slides we'll be discussing more on each of these, and towards the end we'll be learning about productivity. And within productivity, I have already created short videos for problem solving, so we'll be solving some problems on this topic of productivity. So moving forward, that's the plan for today. So the very first, competitiveness, like I said before, it's any company's ability to balance the price and quality that it is offering to the customer. So here the very first important thing to keep in mind is customers demand. Understanding what the customer exactly wants, how it wants, at the right price it wants, is most important for any organization. And oftentimes it's a moving target. So yeah, it's a moving target. So how effectively an organization meets the wants and needs of a customer related to other like your competitors that offer in similar goods and services is the key over here. So the very first is identify the customer must and wants, yeah, or like oftentimes it's called as wants and needs. So needs are the, in any given product or service, what's the bare essential thing that the customer is looking for. Suppose if I'm a car manufacturer, the very first thing, bare minimal thing the customer is looking for is it should be able to move me from one place to another place. Yeah, so that's the mobility it gives, is the bare minimal thing. Need is what I'm looking for as a within the customer. And want is the extra feature, meaning do I offer an electric vehicle or a combustion engine, or does it have auto drive mode, or does it have advanced features, what kind of air conditioning it has, what kind of music system it has, whether it has sunroof, moonroof, or none of it, and so on. So those are the wants, which are the extra features. So how effectively an organization meets these wants and needs of a customer related to your competitor is very important to understand as well as work on. Usually organizations compete through several combination of marketing and operations functions. Oftentimes well, yeah, that's where well, several different aspects of business come into picture. Marketing is a key thing. So oftentimes there is there are lots of marketing campaigns going on, raising the awareness, raising the hype. Oftentimes even that works, and so on. So it's always a mix of high quality operations that is creating the actual product, highest quality product, the most efficient product that a customer wants, and combined with marketing. Again, if you ask me which of these are important, I will say each and every aspect of business are important. Oftentimes there are products which are of the best quality, but if they lack somewhere in the marketing campaign or providing the customer with the right information, the customer will always go to the competitor product, even though the product and service you are offering is of the highest quality. So again, I will say each of these effort is important. And on that topic, maybe I'll minimize the screen, and I have pulled some important information about some of the competitors in different business segments. So here is, yeah, I just went to google.finance.com, and within this retail, I have pulled, some of the top competitors within the retail business. The first one being Amazon, then Shopify, Walmart, Target, Costco. And again, I think, well, based on the finance.google.com, it only allows me to have like 5. So yeah, these are the 5 ones I picked. And here I'm just seeing, well, the daily performance. Let's go, for example, say annual performance for each of these. You can see, each of this company has a different, well, a line graph itself. But overall, I will say stock wise, yeah. And again, this is a performance in percentage. So again, the prices are different. Overall, if I see Costco has the highest price of stock per stock, it's selling at this price, and Amazon is over here. And well, so another thing to look at it is the market cap as well. So it's like 1.85 trillion. So that's huge. And if I do the same thing for Shopify, I'm sure it's very low. So again, that 1.85 trillion versus 91 billion, it's a very small number. But again, market price wise, yeah. So again, these are the competitors, and you can see their performances. Well, a common trend I'm seeing over here is more or less the stock prices moving in a, well, I will say the trend is same with respect to the kind of business they are in, although Shopify looks like it's struggling. But yeah, so there are many things each of these companies are doing to supersede the competition, because on a higher level, like more or less, I'll say Amazon, well, Shopify is very small as compared to Amazon, but again, they're in the same online business is one of the key things. Same is the case with Walmart, Target, and Costco. Although for Walmart, Target, and Costco, they're in person, the warehouse or the superstore business is also high. Maybe that's one of the reason why I will say that I will separate. I won't say that Walmart, Target, and Costco are direct competitors of Amazon, because Amazon is primarily a retail one. But again, if I compare these Walmart, Target, and Costco, although they have that uniqueness, Walmart, well, their strategy, one of their key strategy is everyday low price. EDLP is what they call it. You can Google it. It has been there for like at least decades. So that has been strategy that they will always try to price out their item, which technically any item in you purchase in Walmart is a deal. Yeah, so that's the lowest price you will find. Although it's not exactly true, but on an average, most of the items that you purchase from Walmart will be at the least price as possible in compared with their competitors. So yeah, so that's their strategy. That's their strong strength that Walmart has. And when it is competing with others like Target, again, Target has unique, although it's online as well as in person or store type super store. Although it has its uniqueness, there are some specialty things that Target has which Walmart doesn't have. Same is the case with Costco. It's more of a wholesaler. But again, more or less within the, I'll say, retail space, these are the key leaders. And they have their own unique strategies, they have their own unique functions, their goals, their competitiveness, the competitive advantage. So, and that's where we'll be talking about SWOT analysis as we go, which is strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Yeah. So again, each company, although even, I mean, they can be strong competitors, exactly same competitors, they will be targeting the same kind of customers to come to the store and make the purchase rather than going to the competitors. There will be some uniqueness. So there will be some specialty. There will be some order winners. There will be some order positives and so on, which we'll be learning shortly. But yeah, so again, this is the way I will be looking at. I mean, what's how each of these business are doing. So I mean, and what are the different things they are doing to attract the customer. And well, again, this is the list I just came up barely. If we try to find the performances of like maybe 10-15 years ago, when there was the mall culture or in-person shopping culture was huge, there were bigger players like Sears Corporation or JCPenney corporations. If you try to search their name on here, yeah, they are like go bankrupt. Yeah, so they no more exist in Nasdaq or the stock market at all because they're out of business. They had completely different strategy. They refused to innovate based on the online shopping thing that was coming. Where Amazon, Shopify, Walmart invested a lot, Target and Costco invested a lot. So that's why, although the retail habits or buying habits of any retail customer have changed over the years, these are still like strong companies which are going and kicking, versus many of their competitors have totally closed their business. Like yeah, JCPenney is a good example. At the same time, CS is a good example where they are like almost not in business. Well, they might have onesie twosie stores. So again, I mean, compared to all the stores they used to have some 15 years ago, in the whole United States, they have the number of stores have significantly reduced. And what are stores are there? They are just bare minimal, keeping it up. Soon they will be closed as well. But again, yeah, that's one way to look at it. Is who are the competitors and what are their specialties and like what are the special techniques they use to stay in business. Similarly, in car manufacturing, here are the top, I will say, competitors. And again, I'm using Tesla as a top because that has been a game changer. Post-COVID, they did something amazing with the EV, and it's not only with the EV. Well, the EV technology was always there. I think you will find references of electric cars right from 1980s, early 1980s until now. But they did something about the strategy, the way they model that they use the advanced technologies, Internet of Things, chip manufacturing, vertical integration, automation. So everything worked out together. They made it work together in a very efficient way, and that's how they become among the top car manufacturers in our country. And well, some other competitors are Ford, General Motors. Again, these are the like automobile biggies. And I will call all these companies as legendary companies because they are the like primary car manufacturers who are totally own the USA roads. Most of these, I mean, not all. I mean, there are many more, but again, these are among the top ones. So again, there are some specialties that has each of these company has. Like yeah, the competitive advantage, EV is here, and not only EV, the whole, I will say, auto drive, internet connectivity, yeah, many things that Tesla has, vertical integration. And on that note, I mean, I can go even more. So here is Gartner's, and again, this article is not does not belong to a Gartner, but again, these are as per Gartner, these are the 11 pillars of Industry 4.0. Yeah. So again, if you don't know what 4.0 is, well, it's the fourth industrial revolution, and technically we all are a part of Industry 4.0, which is industry like a fourth revolution of industry. So these are the 11 pillars. Yeah. So again, technically, if you look at corporation like Tesla, what they did. So in a way, they are using Tesla is one of the best example of vertical integration of data. And as we go in the supply chain or prior to supply chain, I'll be talking more about what that exact vertical integration technique is. But Tesla is one of the best example of how they utilized information and design, effective design, efficient design right from the tier 0, meaning they can trace like any part that is being used in Tesla, they can trace to the rock level which mine that certain metal came from, and then it was manufactured to a basic component in a tier 1 supplier, then it went to the tier 2 supplier, then it came to the Tesla manufacturing plant, it got assembled into the car, and then which customer purchased it. So they have that detailed traceability, and not only traceability, but it closely worked out. The whole design team worked out with each other vendors to make their process efficient, design efficient. So that's that's one pillar of Industry 4.0. Again, the reason I'm showing you is, again, this plays a main role. The advancing technologies, all these 11 pillars play a main role in defining the future competitiveness of any company. So the first one is vertical or horizontal integration. Internet of Things is everywhere. In fact, these days they're talking about creating smart cities or smart homes or smart classrooms. So behind the scene, it's all Internet of Things. The smart thing is a part of the Internet of Things. It's a big concept in itself, and that's my research topic as well. But again, I won't go into much more detail. Then cyber security, along with all these newer technologies, cloud technologies, a lot of information being shared everywhere, available everywhere. Security plays a major role. So yeah, this is another pillar, and this is recently added AI. And again, there are lots of hype factor of AI. There is a lot of real factor of AI. So the coming 6 months, a year, 2 years will tell how far AI will take. But definitely AI is one strong force. Then even this has been like AI, and the newer business model has been recently added. And that's going to hold true in the upcoming 4-5 years. Maybe there is a certain type of company, a certain type of technology which doesn't exist at all, might completely be the next big thing. So new business models are definitely going to come. And then cloud. I'll say in last 10 to 12 years, a rapid innovation has happened because of this cloud technology. I mean, prior to that, it was all the servers were the physical hardware, huge servers. Every big building, every company used to have a big room full of multiple hardware computers. They used to call it as a server, and yeah, they used to take a lot of heat, always running and so on, maintenance required and so on. Now it's cloud, and behind the scene, cloud is also a physical server, but it's placed somewhere else. It's not in your facility, it's somewhere else. So, but yeah, the cloud technology is one of another game changer. Then came the 3D printing and subtractive machining, that is additive manufacturing. SCM has totally a new phase. Yeah, supply chain management compared to, again, supply chain management is not at all a new term. You will find references to logistics, planning, moving goods and so on at least 2.5 centuries ago, so 250 years ago and so on. But with changing trend, SCM has always changed its phase. So the current supply chain management also has a new phase, and we will be learning about it as we go. Then big data, again, like it's coming with a lot of new technologies being utilized by all the companies. Like big data is coming, and big data is going to be the future. So currently, we are into the data analytics and AI mode, but this will be the new normal because much more data is being generated on a daily basis, and it's multiplying. And robotics is there. The VR or AR. Are the next thing technology is being worked around. So again, the reason I'm telling you is, as MBA students, as management students, these are some key pillars, or these are the key pillars which are going to change the future of work, future of business, future of products, future of services, future efficiencies, future workplace. and that's going to play a big role within the competitiveness of any companies that exist. Yeah, so the companies that will survive or thrive in the future will be using those 11 pillars very strongly, and in fact a 12th pillar is coming, that is quantum. Yeah, quantum computing is coming. So I won't be surprised in next when Gartner updates this list of pillars, they'll be seeing 12 pillars, and yeah, the 12th will be your quantum computing, which is expected to either replace cloud or yeah, like improvise the cloud thing. Yeah, so that's where it is looking at. There are lots of applications being tested as well as successfully proven, so it's a matter of time when we know how far it will go. But yeah, coming back, so all these for you guys as MBA students, you must be aware of these techniques, and the reason is any company of the future will hold a strong competitive edge if they are on top of all these techniques. Yeah. So coming back, yeah, like this is what we learned. So again, the main thing is your customer is your king. The customer need as well as wants should be your primary focus. It must be your primary focus. And oftentimes they say your company has a competitive product or competitive service. It means that well, there is a special quality in the product or service that you are selling, which keeps bringing back the customer to you again and again. Yeah. So again, that's the specialty you are looking for. Yeah. So exactly understand what the customer wants and needs, and try your best to always satisfy that part of needs. And if your customer yeah has, or if your product or service has that within inbuilt within, then your yeah, customers are going to come back to you again and again, and that's where you will have the competitive edge. Some more thing is marketing influence. So one thing is your product or service has that strong strength within. Yeah, that's the one thing you're looking for. So definitely, no matter what, you should also always target the best quality product or service you are making at as minimal price as possible. The next part is like your marketing influence. Yeah, well, there has to be strong word going out there. There has to be strong hype. There has to be strong attractive. There has to be a strong marketing campaign that will create a strong interest within your customers. So yeah, first thing is like, yeah, the basics are always going to be the same. That is, identify the customer wants and needs. Then based on that, how the market is responding, how the customer is responding, you adjust the pricing. And oftentimes you offer advertising promotions, you offer deals, you offer coupons. Then there are lots of upselling techniques or parallel selling techniques and so on. So these also play a major role in any company's success. Some key factors on which any business competes using operation is the yeah, like the strength of its products and design. Like I mean, this is something you'll be hearing from me a lot, is that the whatever product service you make sure the design is optimal, make sure your design is the best known, so that it's easy to manufacture. Try to have it as less complex as possible. Oftentimes in I will say Elon Musk's term, yeah, what he says that if you have the best selling product, but within that product, if the design is complicated, then it's not the best design. That's yeah. So the best design, well, or the best product or best process or best operation is something that it is the least complicated. So again, there is a certain term he uses. He says that you must always think about decomplexifying your product or service design. Well, again, he could use simplify, right? I mean, simplify equals to decomplexify. But when he says decomplexify, meaning there is an existing product service that is best known by a customer, but it is complex for the manufacturer to make. So your goal should be, how can you undesign, how can you simplify it, or how can you decomplexify it? Yeah, and oftentimes the best products are very complicated, just like a car, right, or an aeroplane, or say spacecraft, or any other like construction project you are building. It won't be as straightforward. There will be lots of components that go within that product. So oftentimes that I will say simplification factor is hidden, although designers try to do their best, or managers or operations guys try to do their best use to simplify it as much as possible. Oftentimes the daily targets keep them away, the daily pressures of operations managing, making things, planning, scheduling, making sure that your targets are met, that things get hidden. So that's where the opportunity is. So again, these are the some a list of things based on which each business try to compete. So yeah, like product, service design, cost, location, oftentimes try to have all the vendors or customers as close to each other, so that yeah, you can make things and ship things in a most efficient way. There is no waiting time within warehouses. It reaches to the customer as soon as possible. And as we go, we'll be learning all these topics shortly. And again, maybe for on that topic, this is the reason why I'm not going into much more detail on all of these, because yeah, as per our syllabus, these are the exact topics we'll be learning about. Next is forecasting, product design, service, yes, and service design, capacity planning for product services, also work design, quality management, very important topics we'll be learning. And all these are stated over here, one way or another. So we'll be deep diving into it. But yeah, on a high level, very important for you to know that, yeah, like these are the key things your business usually compete with. So quality definitely a must. Anytime an issue occurs or anytime a customer order is placed, they will always expect it to be delivered as soon as possible. Yeah. Then again, flexibility. Well, again, it's about offering a product with multiple variants to it. So again, it's not only one size, but again you offer variants to it. And then efficient inventory management strategy, planning, what should be the right size inventory. Shall we have shall we produce a lot and hold those on an inventory for a longer time, or shall we make on a continuous flow? Well, pros and cons of everything. Supply chain, like I said, it's every time there is a new change in technology, new trend is coming, supply chain always changes phases, and the best part is it always gets efficient. Yeah, so that's the best part. So in our industry 4.0, even like we'll be learning some techniques where you will see the supply chain, how we'll do a comparative study, like previous version of supply chain, what were the differences, what are the pros and cons, and a newer one, what are the pros and cons, and how the new techniques are helping. And then oftentimes effective service, better service, faster service, low cost service, and so on. And the last part, in fact, I will say this is one of the key part, which is managers and workers or employees. For me, as an operation manager, I will say my people are my best asset. Yeah, so I'll try to maintain, I'll try to respect them, I'll try to train them well, I'll try to maintain good relations with them, and that's the way I'll be able to manage in a better way, and always able to keep the skilled employees. So yeah, these are some ways where businesses compete with each other. Oftentimes, and again, in terms of operations management or bigger project management, you always try to document some things that you learned. So again, here are some reasons why organizations fail. First one is neglecting operation strategy. So oftentimes, if you check, well, I will say success stories or failure stories of some of the bigger organizations or bigger product launch they did, you will identify that maybe when they were launching or trying to create a process or a product or offer a service, they were able to do a lot of R&D and were able to make the best known product that satisfy the customer needs. But when they try to manufacture or provide it on a larger volumes, there were lots of inefficiencies hidden within them, and which they were never able to correct. And that's when they try to do the ROI, right, return on investment. So the operational charges or operational cost was so high that they were never able to make profit out of it. That led to a failure of that organization. And there are many like those. Yeah. We can discuss as we go. The next one is failing to take advantage of the strengths and opportunities, and failing to recognize competitive threats. So this is a moving target. Oftentimes, this is the truth. Well, the R&D department in every organization, every sector is so high, and these days with well, I'll say this, lot of internet technologies, and especially these the ones I showed you, like the 11 pillars I showed. Oftentimes, competitive companies or the bigger companies are always trying to innovate, trying to identify new ways to do the same thing and get things more efficient, more fast, done, lower price, lower cost, and so on. So every company must closely watch these competitive tests and make the necessary changes. Yeah. And for that reason, like one of our assignment we will be solving for this week is I think that SWOT analysis between Apple and Samsung, because yeah, these are the like bigger phone manufacturers. So yeah, you'll be doing that. But again, you have to keep a close watch on the competitors and make the necessary changes. Oftentimes there is too much emphasis on the short-term financial performance at the expense of R&D. So oftentimes, you have the best known product that is selling the best, and again there is no competition to it. Maybe the closest competitors might be very small, so there is no threat. So what you like our organizations usually do is, I know I have the best product, there is no competition to it, and I'm making lots of revenues every quarter and quarter when the CEO is presenting the uh, the performance of the company, it's always beating and so on. So for years and years, if you stop innovating, there will be a point where you will be losing to the competitors. Yeah, well, one of the biggest example is the Kodak company. So again, in the early, I will say 80s and early 90 until early 90s, they had the best, I will say, camera technology as well as printing technology. There were nobody as close to like Kodak in those days. So again, when they were presented this, the question about like what are you doing to innovate? So they were like, we are the best. We are the best in the game. We are the best in the market. We don't think anybody can beat us for a longer period of time or maybe forever. So they never try to innovate. And currently, it's a closed down company. And these days, like that camera picture taking has completely shifted to your phones, right? I mean, these days, how many cameras are being sold as compared with the inbuilt phone cameras we are having? So again, that's one example. Kodak is one of the best example of the failure story of company, the best known company who try to resist the innovation. And believe me, Kodak was the market leader, and all the people working over there, decision makers, were smart guys. So maybe in those days they thought that was the right decision they took. But again, it's a corporate, right? The competition is cutthroat. So yeah, constantly innovating is important. Yeah, that's the point we learn from here. And sometimes you emphasize a lot on product and service design and not on the process design and improvement. I can talk about this a lot as we go. So yeah, this is just to keep in mind. And neglecting the investment in upskilling your employee, getting some new softwares or machinery, new robotics, new program, and upskilling your people. Yeah. So again, if you stop investing in your people and capital investment technologies, highly likely the organization will kind of struggle in the longer term. And yeah, good communication, good strong cooperation within the people working within your organization is very important. And oftentimes idea generation, constantly trying to identify opportunities to improvement is a key thing. And finally, if you start neglecting your customers, well, yeah, that's a big risk you are paying. So these are some of the common reasons why organizations usually fail. The next part is, yeah, like the hierarchical planning. Yeah, so again, in order for you to be competitive and to formulate a strategy, this is a very useful pyramid. And again, like even when I started like working when I was like 24, 25 in a very early early age career, I never paid attention to this hierarchy. But as I grew in the ranks in the upcoming years and especially in the management role, that's when I start seeing the value of why there is why a company has a mission, and based on that mission you kind of come up with your key organizational goals, and these are the goals that kind of define the strategy. And for a strategy, you further divide into separate departments. Yeah, here you are seeing finance department, marketing department, operations department, supply chain department, inventory management department, forecasting department, R&D department, maintenance department, operations department, I'll say shipping department, and so on. So again, there will be lots of departments, and each of them will have their goals, maybe 5-year goal and annual goals. And based on those goals, each employee working in your organization will have that goal. Yeah, so again, it's a collective effort. All these mini goals that are applied to each and every people on the lowest Yeah, lowest level of this pyramid. It kind of, yeah, collectively it acts to one layer, second layer, third layer, fourth layer, and everything aligns to your main mission of the company. Yeah, I will elaborate a little bit on this topic, so I will come back on this slide number 9 shortly. Let's see some more definitions of mission, goal, and strategies as well as tactics, and then I'll come back to this, and I will pull some more examples, real world examples. Because again, I will say, as MBA students, this is very important for you to know. And yeah, I'll share some of my experiences. I'll pull UVU's website also, and we'll check the mission statement and so on. So the next part is mission. Like on the highest level of this yeah, pyramid, hierarchy pyramid, you have the mission. So mission, in simple words, this is the reason why your organization exists. Yeah. So again, why? I mean, what's business you? So, for example, if you take our UVU, what's the main purpose of UVU? Well, again, we all know it's an educational institute. It's a university. So again, granting education, knowledge, which is modernized and which is up to like what the industry is looking for. So training, skilling our students to the right level of skills, providing them with the right tools, techniques, examples, and application examples, and how to apply those things within is what we try to do over here. But again, yeah, that's one example. So it's an educational thing, and granting education is the main mission. Same is the case with any hospital we have, right? It's more of a welfare of any patient or somebody who is sick. So that's on a higher level, that's the mission of any hospital. So we'll be pulling shortly some real examples. And based on the main mission, you come up with systematic 2, 3, yeah, up to like some of them have 1, some of them have 2, 3, but up to 5 number of systematic statements you come up with. So those are your mission statement. So this is kind of, yeah, you are clearly specifying, you are nailing it down what you clearly state the purpose of the organization. It might be a dual statement, it can be up to 5 statements. Yeah, and it also defines the mission statement, like it also answers the question like what business we are in. Yeah, so for example, UVU, if you are into education, so it kind of still refines that statement, what kind of education in. Yeah, so again, it will talk about maybe degrees, associate or bachelor's or master's, and more details. You fill in those details over here. Yeah, so it answers what business we are in. Here are some examples of yeah, Microsoft. I'll be going much more detail, but yeah, for example, Microsoft says that their mission statement is to help people and business throughout the world to realize their full potential. So you see, we know Microsoft, one is like they make very good software packages, the Windows package, as well as the whole current Microsoft like 365. They have Word, PowerPoint, the whole package, as well as lots of other services. But again, nothing like they haven't mentioned anything within their mission statement. So you try to keep it simple. So again, that's the thing they are saying. Same is the case to Verizon. Again, we know it's a wireless phone service. So Verizon's mission statement is to help people and businesses communicate with each other. So yeah, it's more of a communication. So here, this is more of a business throughout to realize their full potential. Here, they are saying to communicate with each other. Yeah, people and businesses communicate with each other. Starbucks says that their mission statement is to inspire and nurture the human spirit, one cup and one neighborhood at a time. Yeah, so again, that human spirit is their emphasis. Yeah. Although it sounds very simple, but as you deep dive into the business world and still deep dive into the actual details, you will realize why these statements do make yeah, sense. Yeah, and yeah, fourth example is yeah, our US Department of Education to promote student achievement and preparation for global competitiveness and fostering educational excellence and ensuring equal access. Yeah, so that's their mission statement. Yeah, so these are some examples. We'll see some live shortly. Starting from highest level mission, then you refine and clearly state the mission statements. Then you get the goals. Yeah, so based on that mission statement for the primary mission, you get the goal. So yeah, so mission statement serve as the basis for your organization's goals. Yeah, so this is where you deep dive into what product you are making, what is the like product. Yeah, suppose I work for Stryker, so again I know they made medical devices, so now I'm going to refer the medical devices I'm making. Previous job, I used to make semiconductor wafers and microchips. So again, I'll be referring to this microchips. Yeah. So again, goals provide the details and scope of the mission. So how I am going to achieve that mission. Yeah. So they provide the details, detail as well as scope of the mission. So this serves as the organizational strategies. Yeah. So if I'm making microchips or semiconductor wafers, how it will define my organization strategies. Yeah. So that's what I'll be detailing within your goals. Next is in order for you to make those specific products and services defined in your goals, what are the key strengths of each of them, like the product and service I'll be offering, and what are the strategy? How am I going to stay competitive using these strategies? Yeah, how am I going to strategize it? So for that, you have two levels of strategies: organizational as well as functional. So again, you kind of structure your organization in that way, and then you define the function of each of those departments in that way. Yeah. So in simple words, strategy is a plan of achieving the goals, organizational goals. It serves as a roadmap. Yeah. So again, this word roadmap is very important, and you will hear this is a very hot keyword these days. So you'll hear that word roadmap in a lot. And yeah, the two different strategies are organizational and functional level strategy. So this is the overall strategy that relates to entire organization. It supports the achievement of organizational goals and missions. And functional level strategy are the ones that relate to each of the functional areas and that support the achievement of the organizational strategy. Yeah, so this is more of functional area. Like I mentioned before, there can be a marketing function, there can be an R&D function, there can be a supply chain function. So each of these strategies are for each of them. Yeah, and they and based on the specialization of the department or the function, they will have their own strategies. So they are independent. So they are like, yeah, those department managers and executives, they are independent to create their own that will create a strong competitive advantage. Yeah. So again, on a high level competitive strategy, on a mission level strategy, and these are individual department level. Yeah. And again, you can go as micro level as possible. But yeah, these are all what we are talking about. And then tactics and operations. These are the end pieces of any organization or any department or any functions. Yeah. So these are the methods and actions taken to accomplish those strategies. So yeah. So these are the teeny tiny end pieces and very important. Yeah. So again, tactics are the how part of the process, how you are going to make it. Yeah. If I'm trying to make maybe a pen I'm using or mobile I'm using, again I know mobile phone has several components to it. It has the outer cover, it has the a circuit board, and within that circuit board there are several microchips which are assembled within that. Then I have a screen, then I have a touchpad, then I have a software component. So how am I going to make? Am I going to make all of these components, that the outer cover, the multiple chips which are assembled into the same circuit board, and the screen assembled in the same facility, or I'm going to outsource these or have it done in separate facilities from a different vendors with whom I'll be partnering? Or maybe I have the same facility has interrelated buildings or interrelated facilities that are like interrelated and making all the components, and then there is an assembly in some different city. So that how part comes into picture over here. Same is the case with operational. Yeah. So tactics are how you plan that process, how part of the process, and operation. And operation is the actual doing. Yeah. So this is where the actual all your mission, plan, strategies, tactics are executed. And this is the place where all the incoming raw material or incoming resources is converted into the final product or service that the customer is wanting. So that's your operation. Yeah. And we'll come on this topic shortly. So going back to our slide number 9. I'll say this discussion we are having, I want you guys to have it as one of a key takeaway from today's class, as well as remember forever. Because as MBA student, many of you are already like a working professional. Some of you have 2 years of experience, some of you have 5 years of experience, and some of you have 8-10 years of experience. And sooner with your advanced degrees, advanced upskilling, you will be holding bigger roles as we go. So I want you guys to have this conversation as one of a key takeaway from today's class. So mission statement. Yeah. So again, I'll minimize this, and let's say mission statement for UVO. Yeah. ION. Oops, sorry. Always does that. Yeah, so for our UVU, the mission statement is, it says that it is an integrated university and community college that educates every student for success in work and life through excellence in engaged teaching, services, and scholarship, our values. Yeah. So again, based on these mission statement, that's what we are shaping our values with. So in the these values are our goals. Yeah. I mean, yeah, so this is your mission, and based on this mission, our values are well defined or structured. And well, again, values are other names for your goal. So again, these are the values, and yeah, like exceptional care is one of the value, exceptional accountability is the value, exceptional results is the value, action commitment and objectives are the value, and so on. And inclusion is the thing. Engaged learning and being an achiever. And similarly, if I take, yeah, we saw that Microsoft example, but again, that was from the book. Let's check the current mission statement for Microsoft. Yeah, my mission statement for Microsoft. So Microsoft mission statement is to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. Well, more or less is the same. So again, looks like this hasn't changed over the years. That's a great thing to know. Let's see for Amazon, what is the mission statement? Amazon, yeah, let's say a company or Amazon. To be Earth's most customer-centric company. Awesome. Hey man, I really like it. So it's a straightforward. How you see how simple is that? I mean, to be Earth's most customer-centric company, they are not even talking about how customer-centric. Are they going to make maybe pens, or are they making computers, or are they providing like more of an online retail thing? Yeah, that isn't stated over here. Their goal is being Earth's most customer-centric company. I really like that. And say for Tesla, let's see what they have. TSLA. So Tesla's mission statement is accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. Oh wow, that's awesome. There is no mention of what type of energy. They are saying sustainable energy, and it looks like they are used EV as a strong thing. And I know they are also investing in few more types. But yeah, that's a very good starting point. So this is very true. And again, one key thing that kind of completely brought my focus on why to look at mission statement. So when I worked for Stryker Corporation, which is, I'll say, by market cap, second largest company, medical device technology company in USA. First one being Medtronic. So by market cap, yeah, Stryker. And again, working over there was a great experience. It has one of the best culture. And for, I'll say, last several, I think 8 years, less than a decade, almost 8 years, it has been rated as a top 25 tech company to work for. So again, it has a great culture. And as we go, maybe I can explain more about it. But in our Stryker culture, every important presentation we give, we were supposed to present our mission statement and the values, and then we start with our presentation. Yeah, so let's check. Yeah, so that's when it kind of stuck to my mind. Stryker, not hospital, but yeah, Stryker Corporation. Yeah, make healthcare better is there. Yeah, in easy words, that's what they say. And we offer innovative work. Yeah, let's go to, yeah, let's deep dive a little bit here. So again, yeah, again on their website also, you see this is what they have clearly stated, that their mission statement is, together with our customers, we are driven to make healthcare better. So every major presentation we give, I mean, if it is like any presentation which is even beyond our team, if I'm presenting to like whole maybe in a weekly meeting or something, I am supposed to state this mission statement first, and then the values, and then start my presentation. Yeah. So again, the mission was together with our customer, we are driven to make healthcare better. And our values are integrity, we do what's right, accountability, we do what we say, and people, we grow, talent, and performance, performance we deliver. So again, these are the statements we were supposed to have it as a first slide and then move forward. I think for that reason, maybe I have pulled one of my Stryker. Maybe I closed. Oh yeah, here you go. Hopefully I have the right one. Oh, it doesn't look like I have it. No worries. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, this is the habit I got. And as we move forward, we were involved in so many other global locations of Stryker. So again, Stryker, when I joined, they had like 396 facilities globally. Now they have more than 420. And again, they were on a shopping spree, but I think because of some market conditions, they put some break. So maybe that's why they are like 425-ish currently. But yeah, I mean, it's a global company, and we kind of specialize in this part, neurotechnology, neurovascular products we made. But yeah, this is when I kind of paid attention. And that's when I started understanding the importance of, in order to have a good company culture, why shall we focus on our values? And all these values come from your mission. So anyways, that was on that topic. So coming back, yeah, so we saw here, yeah, we saw some examples. So I think we are good on this mission statement part. I'm sorry, this is something else. So anyways, coming back, presentation opening. So that's the mission, and it's the mission statement that yeah, kind of help you define the specific goals. And goals are something that will help you define the organization strategies. And then once you go on a functional level, yeah, welcome to our real world. Yeah, all those yeah, supply chain department, finance department, marketing department, and multiple more departments. Yeah, so those are your functions, and each one will be given some annual goals. And again, when you join the workforce, you might not even know where these goals are coming from, where these targets are coming from, and so on. But yeah, like they will have their own, but everything at some point aligns with the common mission statement. So that's most important for you to know. With that said, let's move forward where we were at. I think, yeah, the core competencies. Yeah. So like we said, and again, I'll pull the same thing. Well, let's read and talk about it here. So the core competencies. So these are the special attributes or abilities that a given organization has. It gives them a competitive edge over their competitors. Yeah. So what's so special about the product or service you are selling? So to be effective, the core competency and strategy need to be aligned. Yeah. So again, I'll pull the same. Yeah, this here you go. Sorry. The stock market thing about yeah, those. Yeah, Amazon, the retail thing, right? I mean, so again, in the business space, these are competitors. So more or less, whatever is being sold at Amazon, or maybe whatever is being sold on Shopify, will be sold on Amazon. So why sometimes customer prefer Shopify? Why not just Amazon? Maybe there are some core competency Shopify has. Same is the case with, again, there are two products. Maybe there are like multiple hundreds and thousands of products which are commonly sold between Walmart and Target. So why some customers always go to Walmart, or why some customers always go to Target to shop those products? Because there are some core competencies of each of these that kind of pull those customers to their store again and again. So that those are your core competencies. So yeah, that's when this SWOT analysis comes into picture. Same is the case with Tesla and these competitive companies which are out there. So why some customer we know Tesla is a great car, but we still know that there are customers who are buying Ford or GM cars and trucks, or Toyota cars and trucks, or Honda cars and trucks, and so on. So we know like each one have their own specialties, and these days, well, EV are everywhere, but still the sales for other car manufacturers haven't significantly dropped. Well, although there is a lot of competition, each one of them is trying their best. But what are the core? There are some core competencies that keep pulling the customer back to these companies again and again. Same is the case with, yeah, some of these competitors in tech space, that is Apple or Google or IBM or Sony or Cisco and so on. So these are competitors, but again, they have their key strengths, the core competencies that will keep bringing the customers back to them again and again. So that's the example of core competencies. So these are the special attributes or abilities that gives your organization a competitive edge. And yeah, some of the strategies, yeah, operation strategies which give them like the core competitive edge. So low price, yeah. So again, Walmart is one of the best example. Same is the case with your USPS. Yeah, so yeah, one of their operation strategy is low cost. So no matter what they do, they will always try to offer the least price, which is important. And then responsiveness, yeah. So short processing time, on-time delivery, FedEx, McDonald's, and I'm sure this is taken from book that was published in 2021, and maybe that was upgraded in 2021. But well, yeah, they are missing Amazon. Well, these days there are some products you can get within 4 hours, yeah, or same day delivery and so on. So responsiveness is a great example. Then another key strategy is the differentiation, that is high quality. Well, we definitely know Apple products are high quality, Samsung products are high quality, Tesla is a high quality, Mercedes, BMW, GM, Ford are high quality. So again, they are looking at performance, design, and high quality processing and consistent quality. Yeah. So again, just a question for you is, get iPhone, maybe the latest model they have, and maybe your spouse buy the same make model, or maybe some of your cousin in some different state buys the state model, the same make and model of the same iPhone. How different do you think the performance of each of those phones will be? Like you have it, your spouse has it, or maybe some of your cousins or friends have in some other state, maybe New York or California. Yeah, on the same day, if you purchase 5 different iPhones of the same make and model in different parts of the country, I challenge you, the quality of each of those iPhones will be exactly the same. The performance will be exactly the same, and that's the strength Apple or even these tech products has. So again, that's a key differentiation or the key organization strategy. So that's their main emphasis of making everything that is very highest quality. Again, yeah. So similarly, the few other strategies are your differentiation or newness, that is innovation. Yeah, 3M Corporation, Apple is innovation, Tesla is innovation, Blue Origin is innovation, and yeah, lot more. Yeah. Then yeah, variety is there, flexibility. So yeah, Burger King, McDonald's. Yeah, and again, we all know, I mean, McDonald's is not our favorite one, but again, like flexibility and volume, and again, quick turn, like quick ordering, right? I mean, faster, time is a key thing. So yeah, they know McDonald's, even they know that they don't have the best quality product, but some of the key strength is, if you want something immediately, if you don't have time, so if you want a quick bite and so on, you could just through the drive-through you'll be able to get it very quickly. And yeah, mix and match, BK has a great strategy. Same is the case with customer service, that is IBM or Disney. And few more is like your convenience, that is supermarket. Yeah, so within one store you will be getting everything. You will get clothes, you will get food, you will get bike, you will get garter materials, you will get whatever, like festivity material. These days Halloween is coming, so go to any store, you will be getting. So in a single place you will be able to get a lot of stuff. So that's the convenience store or the supermarket strategy they have. So these are some examples. Then formulation. So in order for you to formulate a good strategy, you should know what your strengths are. Yeah. So again, every company will have competitors, but within the product and service that you are trying to sell, how do you differentiate those products and services with respect to your competitors is the key thing. So understanding your core competencies, what are the key strengths, is the key thing. For that reason, we have this SWOT analysis, and yeah, like SWOT is nothing but identifying the strength, weakness, opportunities, threat. So list down, like maybe for the strong product, like list down the top 4, and what are the strength? How do you, and once you list them down, how you are going to improve it? How to either sustain it or make it better? And if there are any weaknesses, how to improve? So if you list down, say, top 5 weaknesses, pick the top 2 and how you are going to improve so that it's no more a weakness within a year or so. Same is the case with opportunity with respect to selling, with respect to superseding your competition. Identify those weaknesses of your competitor product also on the same scale, and try to innovate, try to use that as your strength, and that's an opportunity for you to sell. Third is like what is your competitor doing to supersede the sales of your product or service. So that's your threat. Yeah, so always it's a good thing to keep a list of all these and continuously working on it. And for that reason, we have one of our assignment for the SWOT analysis. Then something called as order qualifiers and order winners. So for example, like Walmart, if I say, so their everyday low price is their strategy, key strategy or operation strategy they have. So when I say everyday low price, my good quality product is my order qualifier, and the low price will make the sale. Yeah, so customer will come if they know it's a good quality product, and price wise, if with respect to, again, even the competitor store is selling at the same quality product, but Walmart says that they'll be selling it at a low price. So definitely that low price strategy is your order winner. Yeah, same is the case with IKEA. If you say, well, everybody knows IKEA sell, I mean they will sell boxes which you have to purchase, or for the furniture you have to purchase and bring and assemble yourself. So that's why Yeah, their prices are usually low because that assembly price is kind of taken care of. Well, we all know that again. Even IKEA knows that some of the weaknesses of their product is their product furnitures are they won't last very longer. They are comparatively weaker in design. So even heavy loads, heavy deceleration, heavy movement, heavy vibrations will kind of break it. So even IKEA knows that there is a weakness. But again, considering all these strengths and weaknesses, they are still able to survive. Yeah. So again, the qualifier for IKEA is well, yeah, a good design, easy to assemble design is their order qualifier. Low cost is their winner. And most of the customers who go to IKEA to purchase all these furniture, they know they are not going to use it for more than a year or two. So again, they know that life of that furniture and their usage, they don't expect it to more than a year or two. Yeah. So those are the type of customers who go to IKEA. Yeah. So again, these are the examples of order qualifiers and winners. Yeah. So then, yeah, we talked about it. So just in simple words, like definition, qualifiers, these are the characteristics that customers perceive as minimum standard of acceptability for a product or service. Usually it's quality related. And like for IKEA, they know, well, they won't be staying at that place or they won't be using that certain piece of furniture for more than a year or two. But again, for whatever time they are using it, it should work. Yeah. So that's the minimum standard of acceptability. And order winners is yeah, like the low price and you have the time to assemble. Yeah. So again, those are the order winners. Yeah. So low price is definitely an order winner in IKEA as well. Same is the case with like McDonald's, right? I mean, the order qualifier is you don't expect highest quality food, the best tastiest food from McDonald's, but you will expect the same. So you go to a certain McDonald's in Utah or go to the same McDonald's in California or New York or Chicago, Texas, more or less the taste of the same sandwich will be exactly the same and you'll be able to get it in within few minutes. Yeah. So that's the order qualifier. Order winner is again like low cost as well as yeah, like consistent quality is your order winner for McDonald's. Yeah. So that's, yeah. So these are the, yeah, definitions as well as some examples. Environmental scanning. Yeah. So again, when you are looking at the SWOT analysis, which is strength, weakness, opportunity and threats. So when you are doing that, yeah, so again, you are already factoring these internals as well as external factors. Yeah. So like I said, you must know what are the key core strengths, what is the competitive edge your product or services has, and you must be completely well aware of the weaknesses. And again, each product will have everything will have its pros and cons. So again, having weaknesses is nothing bad. You must be aware of it. Yeah. So those are the internal factors within your product and service you're trying to sell. And external factors here are your opportunities and threat. Yeah. So again, opportunities meaning playing on the best strengths I have, understanding what are the weaknesses of your competitor product on this in the same customer zone or customer like audience zone, and improvising on their weaknesses, trying to create it as your strength and minimize your weaknesses. That creates an opportunity for you. Again, so that's an external factor. Same is the case with threat. Yeah. So your customer is also looking at your product and services. So it will try to identify your weaknesses and try to work it out, and that will be an opportunity for them. So all these four must go hand in hand, and this will always be a moving target. There is no end to it. Again, the list of these strengths might change over a period of time. The weaknesses might change over a period of time. Opportunities will change. Markets will change over a period of time. Threats will change. But the core concept that all these, it's a moving target. You always have to work around it is the key thing you are looking at. Well, another complete game-changing technology and example is the Netflix example. So again, like maybe 10, 12 or 15 years ago, the working model for Netflix, the video, the DVD business was completely different. Now it's a completely OTT business. So again, the company is the same, but they kind of identified their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. They utilized the industry 4.0, like, and the pillar I displayed, right? They utilized some or many parts of these pillars very well, and they are completely different business now. So they were able to identify the opportunities. They worked on those opportunities, completely transitioned their business type, and the strengths have changed. Well, the business model has changed. So totally new list of strengths and weaknesses and so on. But yeah, that's another example of how they utilized it. So yeah, this you have to keep in mind that these are the environmental scanning, and within environmental scanning, you have internal and external factors, and these are the internal, these are the external. And like I always say, even during my first lecture, I said all these concepts we are learning in operations management, these are a lot, and each of these can be a lecture itself. But again, as a part of this class, I'm supposed to give you a high level overview. And my way of explaining is using the current industry trends, current industry examples. So that's why I kind of try to add all these examples. And as we go, we'll be doing a lot of case studies, as well as even your homework. The SWOT analysis homework is a case study itself. So you have to browse and identify the list for the given companies and the strategies also. I think I have for banking business, I have you have to read, understand the current strategies by JP Morgan Chase as well as Bank of America, and list down those. So again, those are the case studies you will be solving. Yeah. So coming back, some of the external factors which oftentimes can be significant for your business, and sometimes you don't have control over it. If you have some idea about what are the political policies within your local, or you within your country, or external, if you have a customer base internationally, if you have an understanding of how things work, you can be proactive, work it around, try to get all those regulatory things cleared, make sure your product doesn't have any toxic thing that will spoil the environment, or spoil like wherever the product or service will be used, and so on. So you can take action, but oftentimes these are the external factors that you should be aware of on a higher level. So these are the 8 terms, and if any one of this you see as a strong contender for your current situation your business is facing, try to list them down, try to deep dive into it, come up with a list, and within the list identify the top 3 or 4 which are the most disastrous for your business, or for like service and product you are selling, and try to come up with a corrective action with your team, management, national management, international management, and try to resolve that. But again, these are the 8 key factors to keep in mind. So again, economic factor, market conditions do change, recessions come and go, recession time comes, and oftentimes booming time comes where like there are lots of jobs and so on. So that's an economic condition. Political uncertainties, always elections are happening, wars are happening, and so on. So always keep that in mind. Legal environment, maybe to the best of your knowledge the product you are making is the best, it is in compliance with all the environmental thing or legal thing. Maybe you have no idea that maybe a competitor is already making a similar thing, so later on you might run into legal trouble that maybe patent issue or something like those. And same is the case with the ever-changing technology should be the top. I will say, if I have to list them, all of these in a like a hierarchical manner, or like Pareto thing principle, I will say changing technology is a key thing. Well, that doesn't mean that other can't come. Each business is different, each product is different, each service is different, each industry is different, like each market is different, and each country is different. So based on that, any of this can be have highest importance. But in the current situation, I will say technological changes should be taken very as the highest priority. Same is the case with competition. Again, you must always keep an eye on your competitors in the most legal way. Without harming, without playing with the patent, without playing with the rights and so on, ideas and so on. But you have to keep a close eye on them. And customers should always be a focus. They are the kings. They're because they purchase or pay for your products and services that you make, you are into the business. And then another thing is supplier, very important. Supplier relation, working it out with supplier is one important thing. And again, supplier relationship management, vendor management is a concept in itself, although we'll be learning only a little bit because the scope of this class is huge. And market, like is another thing. So you must know where your key customers lie. Are they like everywhere? Are you using like retail type of products, or are you selling specialized product, maybe oil and gas extraction, or maybe some medical devices, or like special agricultural thing, right? So there are some places where it will be growing, and there will be some places where it will be selling, whether you are making general use product services, or you are making specialized services and so on. So all these are important factors to keep in mind. Internal factors, human resource, so again, your skilled people who knows in and out are your primary, I'll say strength factors. Same facilities, equipment. Again, like also technology plays a lot in, here as well, big role. So again, you must have the optimal facility layout. You must have the most modernized equipment. And oftentimes, once you make a big purchase, you don't expect to replace it every 2 years or so. You expect it to last for 12 years. Then you do a refurbishment and overhaul and add few more years to it. So around 15-20 years for bigger equipment. So again, maintenance, that refurbishment has to be planned. So you must know how the performance of each equipment and facility is. Financial resources, yeah, definitely. Cash is the king, but you have to make sure your revenues are always positive. You are not losing money, and you always try to improvise your existing processes, trainings, technologies. That's where the continuous improvement comes into picture, and everything is tied with your financial resources. Yeah. Then again, here also, just like external. There are internal, so customers are of the utmost importance. And when I say customers, these are not the final, these are not only the final customers, but even internal customers. So if I'm working on process 1 and my product reaching the process 2 on time is dependent on the next process. So the other guy is, well, the operators in process 2 and 3 and 4 are also my customers. Yeah, again, my boss is my customer, my colleague is my customer, because they are relying on my work to be completed on time so that their task can be completed. Yeah, because there are lots of interdependencies. So these are the examples of customers, internal customers as well. And then again, obviously, like your products and services are important. Technology factor, it's very similar to what we saw over here, and there are multiple other factors also. Yeah, so these are something that you must keep in mind. Then again, the strategies. We learned a lot about mission and strategies. So now itemizing. Yeah, prior it was like the common strategy we learned or talked about. So now kind of itemizing and going into individual level. So again, there can be a supply chain department that has supply chain strategy. There is a sustainability strategy. Again, this can be governmental sustainability, or this can be sustaining your existing processes. In this, they are talking about the environmental regulations. So whatever you are doing, whatever chemicals you are using, whatever smoke that comes out of your company, or maybe you're not in maybe chemical businesses, or even if all the lights, bulbs, or materials your offices are using, they should be energy efficient, and that's the one of the reason why everybody is moving towards LED lighting. Well, again, that LED lighting is a, I will say, sustainable strategy. The reason is the filament type of tube they had or bulbs they had. It used to emit a lot of heat, so that acts against the environment thing, and again it consumes a lot of energy. So again, that's your sustainable strategy you're looking at, and again you have to make sure no person is affected. Maybe there is no harmful radiations coming out, or no asbestos or dust coming out which will affect a person or people working over there, and so on. So you must have a good sustainable strategy, and then you must have a good global strategy. When you say global, it doesn't have to be like actually globally, internationally. But again, anything outside your facility, like your tier 0 suppliers, tier 1 suppliers, tier 2 suppliers, then you yourself as a manufacturer, then your customer, then maybe your final product that you make ships out to a distribution center. Yeah, so that even that's a part of your global framework or global ecosystem of your business, of how the materials flow. So even that has to be maintained well. Even I will say, your product that is being shipped out to a distribution center in, say, East. Yeah, suppose there is a distribution center you have in Pennsylvania, so it will either ship out through a truck, or it will ship out through an aeroplane. So again, it will take few days. So for several days, it will be in that truck or that aeroplane. So even that includes logistics as well. Yeah, because again, it's an actual product that will be potentially sold. So even that has to be considered within your global strategy. Yeah. So again, so when I say global, it can be your whole supply ecosystem. It can be internal within your organization. It can be external within your whole tiers of vendors, and it can be international as well. Then operation strategies is the approach which is consistent with the organization strategy that is used to guide the operation function. And again, we'll talk a lot more about this operation strategy, because operation is everything. This is the actual where the real action happens. and the actual products are made, so products or services are made, and that's where based on the quality of those products and services, the customers will buy them and you will make a revenues. Yeah, so we'll talk a lot about it, but again, it is the approach that is considered with the organization strategy. Then some of the decision areas are, yeah, like product and service design. So again, for product and service design, you are looking at cost. You try to make the product and service design. You will design it in such a way that it's very simple to make, although not like not everything is simple to make, but you will try to simplify it as much that it can be made at least cost, highest quality, least scrap. You'll be having the liability. As well as environmental issues will be taken care of, making sure there are no accidents, because that's where liability comes into picture, insurance and all. And again, like I say, human health, not sacrificing your processes, making those in a way it is dangerous for all the employees working over there. So yeah, I mean that liability has to be factored in, environmental issues has to be factored in. And then capacity also, you're looking at, you're trying to optimize the capacity in a way that all the products, or maybe like it will be made one part at a time, or small batches, or big project at a time, so that your cost is optimal. Your structure of you kind of organize your work structure or layout structure of your whole facility in a way that it will maximize the capacity. And yeah, so here are a few more examples. Well, I mean, the basic level of decision areas affected are very common. Here you can see lots of cost, lots of flexibility, quality is there, multiple areas, visibility is there, making sure inventory, there are no shortages, sure you account for them, efficiency is the key thing, flexibility is the key thing. Yeah. So these are few examples of operation management decision areas. And again, quality based strategies, always and always, if you go, and most of the manufacturing companies, you will see lots of like posters hanging on their wall saying that quality first, we have quality first approach, or well, maybe quality is always a secondary. The first is always safety first, making sure nobody is injured. After that, highly likely quality based strategies are your first and second. Try to make any product and service where you can make it right first time every time. Yeah, because rework costs a lot of money. Rework costs takes a lot of unplanned time, unplanned labor time, as well as machine time, equipment time. So rework is costly. So quality based approach are very important. So it's a strategy that focuses on quality in all phases of your organization. So imagine like every phase of your organization is highly focused on quality. Everybody is able to make the best quality product first time every time, without losing any scrap material, or without losing any rework, or without having any excess waiting time and so on. So combine all these organizations, or part of organization having quality first strategy, will be very beneficial for your company, because you'll be able to make best quality product collectively and get the most revenue out of it. Yeah. So again, the pursuit first strategy is rooted in the number of factors. And again, when we go into that quality management or quality control topic, which is like 7th or 8th topic as a part of this class, we'll be talking about a lot about these. Yeah, we'll be learning like what are the quality awards, what is ISO 9000, what is quality approach, and so on. Yeah, what is quality assurance, and what are the methodologies, and why it is pursued, and so on. We'll be learning more about it. Yeah, but as of now, this on a high level, this is important for you to know. So oftentimes companies try to have these approach as, maybe there is a incident where you have lost a lot of part, or maybe customer wasn't happy, you had to recall all the products that we made. In that case, your reputation is spoiled. So in that case, a company still wants to fight back. So that's where you're trying to improvise your reputation by overcoming the poor quality. So you do recalls, you give some incentives to customers, and so on. And maybe you try to maintain a good quality image. Yeah, again, Apple, Samsung, Tesla, BMW, Mercedes, all these are some best examples of maintaining good quality image. Yeah, their products and services are very well known for that reason. And then again, desire to catch up with competition. So always the competition is always there. So it's really cutting edge. Yeah, as the deeper you dive, deeper you try to put your brains within understanding the competition, you'll find that it's very intense. So it's always a continuous game to supersede your competitors. And finally, cost reduction. And this is a big opportunity over here. And again, no matter how much best known process you have, there is always an opportunity somewhere, some part of the world. There is some process, some technology that can be used to still make your process much more efficient, operation much more efficient to reduce your cost. Yeah, so it's always a continuous improvement thing. So yeah, I mean, these are the few reasons where companies try to use quality based strategies. Next one is a time-based strategies. Again, like you have to make sure things are made available to the customer in the right quantity, right time, right price. Yeah. So again, I mean that's a year winning thing. Yeah. Again, even if your competitor loves your product, and they will always prioritize your product over your competitor product. Suppose in a timely manner, if you are not able to provide that in a timely manner, and again the customer wants it, if your product is not available, they will go to the competitor product because it's the same product. Yeah, so that's when you kind of use this time based strategies. So again, it is believed that by reducing time, costs are lower, quality is higher, productivity and so on. So yeah, that's where this time based strategy comes into picture. And again, we will be learning a lot more as we go. Some areas where time based strategies can be used is always try to plan your time effectively. So understand what is your customer demand for the entire month or entire year. Based on that, plan your activities, how well that product will be manufactured. How the machines, departments, people will be planned, and yeah, like on a weekly basis, what's the plan? Yeah, so planning your time well. Then product and service design, try to have it as optimized as possible. Processing time, use the best processes you have, best people you have, or give the best training to your employees so that they can minimize the processing time. Try to have changeover time. So oftentimes, well, every company, if they're manufacturing a phone, it won't be on one type of phone. There might be 8 different variants of iPhone, 13, 14, 15 or so on. So you will need you'll be using the same machinery, but maybe the end pieces, yeah, the jigs, fixtures will be different. So how do you minimize the changeover time is a key. Then delivery time, yeah, you have to have some good delivery strategies. And then response time to complaints, and complaints will be there. I mean, oftentimes these can be like minor complaints, major complaints based on the product service you're selling. So how you respond, how well you respond to it is also an important thing. Yeah, so in all these you can see time is constant, right? Planning time, product service design time, processing time, that is making time, and changing over when you have a different variant, and delivering. Yeah, once the product is complete, what are the strategies you have to deliver? And that's when companies like Amazon, they identified 7 or 8 different hubs initially, and they created or built those distribution centers which worked very well, and now they have several 20s and 50s or 70s different distribution centers within our country as well as globally. So yeah, that's just delivery strategy they have, and response time to the complaint. Then agile operation, which is hot these days. Well, with the continuous changing environment, changing product times, any hot product which is being sold out today might be a completely outdated product after 2 years. Yeah, so that's the reality, as compared to times during when Mr. Henry Ford introduced the first Model T in 1930s and 40s. They were making the same type of car for years. Yeah, again the same assembly line, continuously making the same thing for years, versus in current times any product that is hot selling right now, highest margin right now, might be a completely outdated product. So that's why these short process come into picture. Yeah, that's where the importance of agile has raised over the last several years, less than a decade or almost a decade. So it's a strategic approach for competitive advantage that emphasizes the use of flexibility to adapt and prosper in environment. Yeah, so that word flexibility is the key over here. So again, if it's a continuously changing thing, it's an adaptive operation. So it involves a blending of several core competencies like cost, quality, reliability, and flexibility. And again, oftentimes a balanced scorecard approach is a key thing. And again, this is nothing, I mean, you all are aware, you are also using. So again, in the balanced scorecards, you will always see, in companies, you will have several computer screen going on. So it will tell you today's production rate. Are we in the green zone? Are we hitting the hourly goal? Or maybe in last 5 years of operation, they were able to hit the hourly goal, so it was green. Sorry, in the 5 hours, maybe the first years it was green, and 4th hour something went wrong, machine went down, so it's red, they are not able to achieve. So that's your balanced scorecard. So on those scorecards, you might have several KPIs, so you develop the objectives, list them objectives, identify the metrics, and then you start tracking it. So again, the example I gave was something on a shop floor level. So each department might have their own KPIs and they will do their own tracking. Hey, in fact, something interesting that came into mind is, you see an example of balance scorecard. So here is a dashboard I barely created for one of my data analytics class using Power BI. So technically this is a scorecard. So for this call center, yeah, these are all the total calls received and this is the scorecard. So out of these all near 7,000 calls received, 5,500 were answered, and maybe it was a busy schedule, unplanned. Yeah, it was a busy time. Almost 1,300 were rejected, they were not able to answer. Issues resolved, out of these attended, 5,000 issues were resolved. Almost 1,900 were not resolved, and here is the performance of each of the agent and so on. So this is an example of a scorecard. I mean, it's a dashboard, but again, it's telling the score. Looking at it, I can, yeah, like quickly browse through, and it gives me within a quick snapshot in a single screen, I'm able to see a lot. So that's my scorecard. Yeah. So again, it's telling the average speed of answering the second is like 67 seconds. So again, this is a key KPI, and again, it's a part of a scorecard. Yeah. So this is what the scorecard means. So yeah, you can identify many links among various perspectives like finance, customer, internal business process, learning and growth, and so on. And you monitor, continuously monitor result. So again, that dashboard I created, this is updated on a weekly basis. So yeah. So that's your scorecard approach. So keeping a track, have it get visual so that your team can identify the issues and focus on yeah, how to improvise on those. And then, yeah, again, this is the high level, like I say, block diagram of how a scorecard works. So initially, it's a vision and strategy you have. Then you check keep a close track on the financial performances, efficiency of business processes, then innovation, what's happening, customer satisfaction, and so on. Yeah, so this is again a block diagram of scorecard. And these days, it's all dashboards and all KPIs is the new name. But again, from the book and traditional way, it's called as scorecard approach. Then productivity, the last portion. Yeah, again, like I said, it's all the productivity in simple words. It's the output divided by input. Yeah. So again, what is the output you are getting based on and what is going in? So that ratio is your productivity. Higher the better. So it's a measure of effectiveness. Effective use of resources usually expressed as a ratio of output upon input. It measures are useful for tracking the operation unit's performance, also for judging the performance of entire industry and so on. And again, this is very highly used measure, simple measure, but very effective, very useful. And I'm sure as you, yeah, maybe you all are already using it on a high, extremely high percentage, high level in your organizations, and each function will have their own way of measuring its productivity. You won't even call it as a productivity. You might call it as a scrap rate. You might call it as a throughput. You might call it as a number of customer, yeah, like satisfaction rating and so on. Indirectly, it's productivity. So yeah, why it matters? So high productivity is linked to higher standards of living. Yeah, it is related to the competition leads to competitive advantage in marketplace. Yeah, so higher productivity meaning you are able to use the most optimized process. You are able to, yeah, so the profit margin is higher. That increases your profit. And yeah, once you have more profit, more revenues, you can innovate much more, and you can have new technology and so on. So again, it has a chain reaction. And for an industry, high relative productivity makes it less likely to be supplanted by a foreign industry. Yeah. So again, if you have the like highest productive processes, equipment, meaning your margin is high. So in that case, yeah, like foreign industry supplant, or as a competition becomes low, chances becomes low. And here are some formulas. So basic formula is output upon input. Partial measure is output upon single input, and output upon labor and so on. And again, these are just few of them. Each of you, I'm 100% sure you are using your own measures, and it will be all customized and so on. But yeah, these are some commonly starting points. And again, like for the next several slides, yeah, I mean, these are some more examples I've shown, you know, straight from the textbook. And here are some problems solved. And yeah, I think later part is a state problem solved. And for that reason, within our canvas, I have already pre-recorded like 4, or I think it's, yeah, let's see. Let me pull. I've been doing a lot. So yeah, I forgot the number. I think I recorded 5, but I think I only posted 4. Almost there, guys. Yeah, so awesome. Yeah, so there are four these recorded videos, and all are related to these problems that I'm showing over on the PowerPoint slides that I've posted. So I will recommend, yeah. So first video, the actual technical explanation is maybe it's 3 minutes. In the first 5 minutes out of these 8 minutes, I have talked about the basics. That's why it's 8 minutes. Then the next video is 3 minutes, 7 minutes, and 5 minutes. So these are four short videos. Please watch these first and then attempt this. The numerical problem. This will take you to our McGraw Hill, and that's what we will be doing. And shortly, I'll be within next I'll say 5 minutes. I'll be uploading these lecture slides as well. So this is one homework. This is our second homework, which is SWOT analysis. Indirectly is a case study. You will be comparing Apple and Samsung. And here is a strategy analysis case study where you will be comparing the strategies of Bank of America and Netflix. And overall, like in the real world, how these are applied can be learned very well through these case studies. So that's the reason why I kind of research and handpick these examples. Yeah, because these are hot. Like everybody knows how awesome Apple is, how awesome Samsung is. So yeah, you will be doing your own SWOT analysis and listing down the key characteristics of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And yeah, this is another like every company has their own strategy. So we'll be doing some more deep analysis of what is the strategy for Bank of America and Netflix, and you'll be providing your answers. So with that said, I'd like to conclude the lecture for today. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for staying with me, and hope you enjoyed learning a lot about this competitiveness, strategies, and productivity. Thank you so much, guys. Have a very nice day.